Yeah, Courtney Williams gave the fans a scare last night when she fell down on a fast break opportunity and a no contact play. Clark hangs and gets the and one.
In fact, Bentley easily wins it here for Indiana. Shot clock at 14. Clark, step back, hits a three. Ball is trying to clear 8. Shot clock down to 9. Here as Clark gets inside, the scoop shot falls.
Really good screen by Nia Coffey, and that's something that Nia Coffey does well every time down the floor. It tries to help the continuity of the offense.
Caitlin Clark on the board with a logo 3.
Leading the way out of that backcourt. Clark, Boston screen, fire away, hits a three.
Just missed one, come right back down with a pretty heat check.
Her international duties with Germany, also suffered an injury. This is just her 14th game and part of the challenge that Dallas has had all year. Clark catch and shoot and knocks down her second three.
Very well executed for Caitlin Clark.
When Caitlin Clark has the ball in her hands, every defender knows they're in trouble. Tonight, she delivered another unforgettable showcase, proving once again why she's one of the most dangerous players in basketball today. The night started with her trademark confidence. Catching the ball near half court, she needed only a single dribble before rising up for a long-range bomb. The defender could do nothing but turn and watch as the ball splashed through the net. That's Caitlin Clark. She doesn't just hit threes, she bends the entire defense to her will.
They like running her off this Iverson cut into a ball screen.
Clark, yes!
To Clark trying to get around Mabry. Clark to the rim, reverses it home through the contact.
3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back, knocks it down. Her third 3 of the quarter.
Washington's missed their first 5 shots of the fourth. Here is Clark turning on the Jets. Clark gets to the rim.
But as usual, she wasn't just hunting her shot. Her passing turned heads all night long. She threw one-handed lasers across the floor, delivered perfectly timed bounce passes, and even snuck in a behind-the-back dime in transition that had the arena roaring. Every pass carried precision, but more importantly, every pass created confidence in her teammates. She doesn't just rack up assists, she inspires.
Had an open look from 3, didn't take it. Only 3 to shoot. Gonna have to make something happen. Clark through the lane, reverses it in, and beats the shot clock.
For Indiana, you're expecting maybe an initial surge. Clark on the drive, gets to the rim and the finish.
Really great read by Caitlin.
Not shooting the 3 that easily or that comfortably.
I don't know if that's comfortable, but it's nice.
Yeah, I had an old coach back in high school call it organized chaos, meaning being able to play fast but under control.
And here's Clark who lays it in on the other end.
Her handle was on full display as well. She used crossovers, hesitations, and spins to carve her way through tight defenses. At times, it looked like the ball was on a string, moving exactly where she wanted, exactly when she wanted. That control makes her nearly impossible to guard one-on-one. What makes Caitlin so special, though, is her poise under pressure.
And look, there is no question that the paint is a completely different story as Clark just went right by her former teammate and laid it in. She's got 20.
Today with plantar fasciitis, but her team is beating Indiana, and that's exactly what the Fever needed to start the fourth.
That might be one of the more contested looks. We ran into them in the NCAA tournament. And I was like, what do they feed the players in Texas? Well, what are they feeding Caitlin Clark? Because there we go with another behind the back.
Clark.
Uh-oh.
Buckle Clark sneeze.
Uh-oh. Erica Wheeler is beside herself in celebration down on the Fever side.
Late in the game, the defense threw double teams at her, trying to force the ball out of her hands. Instead, she stayed calm, made the right read, and punished every mistake. That ability to stay composed in the toughest moments is what separates great players from legends. And of course, she saved her biggest moment for the clutch. with the game hanging in the balance.
Channel defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three. Oop, that is. She missed her first 7 and knocks that one down.
They've been trying. Chicago's been trying to find a way to get Rachel Banham going. That's one way.
Count the packets. Caitlin Clark has an and one.
As Lainey Hamilton has been to Caitlin Clark all night tonight.
Are you talking about my high school experience? Clark connects on a deep 3.
This game, the pace of this game, I'm not quite sure who it's benefiting. I guess you have to say the Wings right now because they're up.
Clark turned the corner.
But then again, here comes the Fever using the same prescription.
Caitlin dribbled into space, stepped back behind the arc, and fired. The ball dropped cleanly through, sealing the win and sending the crowd into absolute chaos. That's what fans live for. And that's what Caitlin delivers time and time again. By the final buzzer, she had once again put her stamp on the game. Scoring, passing, leading. Caitlin Clark did it all. She doesn't just play basketball, she transforms it, leaving fans speechless and defenders helpless.
Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a 3.
Got a little separation.
This is the closest the Fever have been since early second quarter. Indiana's battle back with a 3. Dangerous pass. It's Clark who's off to the races. And Caitlin Clark pulls the Fever back within 1.
It's been the second and third quarter that's been the issue for the Liberty, so let's see if they can have a better one here today as Clark finally hits her first shot of the night.
Boston, who also has a 15-5-5 game today. Here's Clark, catch, fire, and connect! 5th 3 of the game for Clark.
The break, here's Clark, still trying to find her rhythm, a deep pull, got it!
That is a great...
Now Clark trying to make something happen. Behind the back. Sacks the basket and gets her first field goal in style.
Dips inside and can't finish. Boston wrestling through a triple team. Here is Clark off the screen, launches, and drops a triple.
Corrals it, veers into space. Here's Clark. Clark looking to take it around Lloyd. Clark bodies in and finishes.
Clark, so smooth.
Oh, and it's Clark with a steal. Clark off to the races. Sims giving chase. She won't get there. They would have one more win this year than each of the last 2 years combined.
Yep.
Oh, look at Mitchell Clark. Play and catch. And Clark cashes in on a 3.